Women hit the wall and find God. It's a weird pattern, but it happens quite often. The Church of Leftover Women. So I'm going to use Blac Chyna as an example. One of the first videos I ever made was of Blac Chyna because I didn't understand how she became famous. From my perspective, she was just in the industry and was getting passed around by various rappers, artists, and whatever. And then she got some babies. From my perspective, I did not understand why Blac Chyna was, but I knew she was. I know she's been that chick, that girl, referred to as a baddie in many, many rooms and settings and whatever. But what I find interesting right now is after all those years of the fun girl baddie, Blac Chyna, we now have 34-year-old Christian girl, implants removed, OF closed, Blac Chyna. It's a drastic turn, isn't it? But the question is, can a former thought baddie be seen as a lady?
Hi, everyone. I'm Rosemary Miller, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Blac Chyna today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So before we really jump in, what do you want to be referenced as? Blac Chyna, or are you Angela White?
Angela White.
And today, I learned her name was
Angela White.
Angela White. I had no idea.
No one cares.
I never looked it up, to be honest. I didn't care.
For me, it's like getting back to myself because, being in the entertainment field, everybody always calls me like, hey, Blac Chyna, Chyna. Nobody never really calls me Angela. So sometimes I would kind of forget who I am because it's always about the brand, but not about the person.
How many young women think and talk like her right now? Selling her brand, aka her body, obviously, and presence. How many young women are doing that right now to later on find God? It's like a church filled with former garden tools.
Yeah.
So,
well, you've gone through some major life changes in recent weeks.
yes.
You've been very public about your breast reduction, your backside reduced, and getting your fillers dissolved.
Now she got rid of her booty.
You're wicked.
Even though I've never really liked her. A woman getting rid of her butt, it's kind of sad in some way. Misogynistic probably, but it's kind of, you got rid of your booty and your boobs.
That's just gross.
Oh, but she's a new woman now.
Yes.
Why did you choose to do it so publicly?
It just came to me. It came from God. Yeah, I didn't even. It just came to me. I didn't even think it was going to be as big as it was.
What?
I didn't even think it was going to be as big as it
was.
Things that came to her and she didn't think they were going to be as big as they were. Interesting. It's not even to be rude and, take shots at her. I'm using her as an example. Women like her, Amber Rose.
Well, I think, first of all, I'm a feminist. I believe women all the time.
Even when they're lying?
Brittany Renner. Very influential women in their 20s. You can see clearly in their 30s. It's a lot of regrets. A lot of, I probably would have been different. Had fun, but I probably would have been different.
Yeah, everyone's really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you said it came from God. Tell me about that. I want to know about the work we're not seeing because I know you had to do a lot of internal work as well.
Going to church and just having my church family and the other people that pray for me and pray with me because you can't do it by yourself.
Lovely. Admittedly, it's good. It's good. I'm not saying anything she's saying is bad. Her finding herself and finding God.
You know something? It's beautiful.
I'm not religious, but she's trying to be a better person. But my thing is, it's far too common because I've seen this myself. Women that I know, in and out of my family, have very interesting pasts. Colorful, bright, amazing pasts, Many lovers, relationships, and whatever. And then they get 30. Or they get older. They seem to hit some sort of invisible wall and have a breakthrough, a eureka moment. Oh, you know what? I spent too much time on my back. I need to spend more time on my knees, praising God and not blowing off random men.
You can, but it's better when you have your church family, your prayer warriors, because there's some days where you might feel okay, this is too much for me. We need to call back. I got to call back up. I need the extra prayers today.
Yeah.
So.
And what do you mean this is too much for me?
Just life in general. Sometimes it can become overwhelming, especially when you're in the spotlight. It's helping me get through the things that I need to get through and get back to myself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When the world is chaotic, my faith is steady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to switch gears a bit.
Okay.
You also deactivated your OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I hear that was the source of a lot of your money. And I want to just clear this up right now because there is a $239 million discrepancy right now going on.
I see that.
You have. So, April 2022, you said you made $1 million from it in 2021. But now I'm seeing reports that are saying 240 million. What's the actual number?
The actual number, it was close to 2 million within a 2-year span.
Damn.
Okay, stop her there. So no 240 million, but 2 million. That's still impressive. I'm not even going to take that. I'm not going to take that away from her because I know tons of simps gave her that money. Look, anytime a group of men prop a woman up and give her tons of money just for being, I don't blame the woman. I can't blame the woman. You have to question how naive some men are.
That is so lame.
So I opened it in 2020. So right when the pandemic had hit, I had opened it because I was like, oh my gosh, like what's about to happen? And I had just recently did a TV show called Only Cams where I produced it and filmed on it just a little bit. So it kind of like gave me the leeway to kind of doing it because it was something that I didn't want to do at first. But at the time I had so many lawsuits and so many things that I was dealing with. Aside from that, I'm like, I got to figure out how can I like continue to have like my house, take care of my kids, do everything I need to do. So that's why I started the OnlyFans. But
Now, look, it's a mother taking care of herself and her kids. That's good. My point is how often it comes back to just selling yourself as a woman. It's just, wow, something happens and sell myself as a woman. You know, as men, we could be called crap and this and that and many things. But the one thing you can't ever knock men for is the fact of we don't have this opportunity to do this. Some men do, some. We as men have to do.
You're goddamn right.
let's clear this up. I definitely did not make 240 million. I
Okay.
definitely did it.
She did not make
I did not.
240 million, you guys.
I did not.
Angela, what happened?
Mhm.
What really happened to make you go through such a radical change?
Nothing really happened. I just,
That's cap.
like I said, like I just started working out, sobriety, and like my Bible. That's it. Those are the three things that I have been sticking with for the past 7 months.
There was no one exact moment. There was no one defining moment you can think of that just made you realize I have to do something.
But working out is what kind of like maybe kind of led to it a little bit
Yeah.
because as I said before, when I started working out, all of the fillers started to become more protruded because I started to slim down. I could really see like my facial structure, but nothing like traumatic that happened.
Nothing dramatic that
No.
changed your heart.
I mean, only thing I could think of is just God. That's the only thing I
God.
could think of.
Bullshit.
Cap. Obviously, she's not going to, give her life story. She's probably going to put that in her book or whatever and tell you what really made her find God. Yeah. But right now, she's trying to give off, a mature, grown, seasoned woman.
Yeah.
That is
It's
always a
nothing.
good
It's
enough
nothing
answer.
else.
No, it isn't.
God.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
But I want to go. So I want to talk about your relationship with your mother.
Yes.
How was that growing up? Was she a shoulder to lean on, or did you find solace?
Tokyo Tony.
Hold up! Cause I'ma tell you, if I come over there, everybody gonna catch a fade.
Yeah, that's her mom. So, yeah, you could say the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, just, oh my God. I don't even need to say anything. I think it just speaks for itself.
So, like growing up, like my mom, she was always like a hustler to this day. So I felt was
Hustling
always
what?
like doing her thing, sort of.
Doing
So,
what?
like for me, I would be with my grandmother. I would be like with my godparents.
What was your mom hustling?
Magic box.
What was she selling? What
Booty.
was she doing? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, what was she doing? I mean, she was always in the street. What was she doing?
Don't be a yes bitch! You know what I mean!
What was she selling? Lemonade? Hot dogs?
Man, because like growing up, we didn't have money and stuff like that. So we would just do things to improvise and make the best out of everything. So just it helps me now that I'm older. And she taught me how to cook, how to clean, like how to get on your knees and pray, how to clean, like how to get on your knees and pray.
Oh, my mind is effed up. Oh, my mind is effed up. I swear to God, my mind is effed up. Thought she was gonna say something else, but
Disgusting.
So you get there, you get to school, and you discover dancing in strip clubs.
Mhm.
yeah,
What was that like for you? You were making far more money, I'm sure, than
Bust
most of your
it.
friends at school. What was that like?
bust it open.
Okay, so let's I'm gonna back the story up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So when I got accepted into Johnson Wales University, I didn't
No,
have
no, 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 no. Go back to the club.
So from the Hooters, that's when I was like, I need to figure out how to make some money. So that's when I started dancing at the strip club in DC. So I did that for 2 years. And one day, by this time I had my apartment, my 2-bedroom apartment. I had my 2 cars. I had my little dog, Mango.
Of course you did. Of course you did. I bet Mango cost a lot of money.
I ain't did nothing.
Far too often women boast their modern independentness, but it's off the back of being on their backs.
Like I was just doing it, right? And one day something was like this, something came over me and was like, look inside this box. It was just papers.
Something came over you, I'm sure it did.
So I'm like looking through the papers and I seen Johnson and Wales and I kind of looked at it and I was like, dang, that could have been like here.
In school, you were dancing. How much money were you making at that time?
Honestly, it was coming in so fast and leaving so fast, I couldn't even tell you. But certain nights you could make anywhere from a slow night, you can make $200.
Mhm.
And that's like a slow night. A really good night, you can make like 5,000.
Yeah, get it.
The most I've ever made ever in one night was 12,000.
Damn, what were you doing?
In one night.
Yes.
What were you doing?
I'm in the wrong career. Okay.
Hey. If you want to get on stage and shake it as well, you can.
Okay. And at what point, was it in school or was it after you decided to leave, did you realize I'm starting to blow up? People are starting to know my name.
It was when I feel like the real breaking point was when 2010 I was Nicki Minaj's stunt double. And then Drake had came out with a song called Miss Me that featured like the club and like my name. And then that's when it started to really blow up. So I was still dancing in a club while the song Drake that Drake had mentioned me and Miss Me.
So do you have any regrets? Would you do it all the exact same way?
I would do it all the same exact way.
Oh.
Hasn't learned a damn thing.
Nothing.
Why would you need God if everything was okay?
She's crazy.
So
Yes.
what is next? Is this the end of Blac Chyna?
Yeah, for now it is. Look, it's not even to be rude to her. It's her as an example to many, many women. A lot of men are single nowadays simply because they know a lot of women want to be these garden tool baddies. Have a nice day.
I didn't even think it was going to be as big as it
As it was.